What's going on, guys? We are just north of Houston right now at Texas Truck Works, Scott Stevens off-road shop. He let us stay here, work on whatever we needed to work on. We are taking the front locker out of the truck. I can't dial it in right now, and it's not the season to learn, guys. I have a lot of people that say, oh, you just give it a chance, this and that, but it's just not the season to really take the risk and try to learn it and keep having issues with it. I'm just going back to what I know, and I may try it again this summer, but for right now, really need to crack down and just try to keep as many points on the board as we can and win as many events, so that's why I'm going back to it. Last night we got here, we took the front differential out, we took the transmission out. The transmission lost first gear when I rolled over in two-wheel skill, or this last weekend in San Antonio, putting a new transmission in, and then we're going to put the open differential back in and do a little bit of body work. So other than that, I think Overkill is going to be ready to go this weekend for Houston. I really want to try to get out there and get a freestyle win, maybe go a couple racing rounds and try to, I want an overall event championship, guys. That is my ultimate goal this year. I'm not going to stop until I get it, and that's another reason why I wanted to take this front locker out, because I want this overall event championship, and I know I can get it with how I used to drive. All right, so this is the engine that we took out over the past weekend. There's an issue with the head right here. It had been repaired and welded, and what it did after all that heat from that weld went into that head, the aluminum, it made this thread right here weak. So what it did, it pulled the stand for the rocker arm out of the head, and the rocker arm pretty much broke off. So that was the issue with the engine, but we didn't have time to diagnose and fix it there at the show, so we did what we had to do and switch the engine over. So now we can make an adjustment to that, put a Healy coil down in here, get that rocker arm stand back on there, and this engine will be ready to go back into the truck whenever we need it.
You need to quit running the shit out of everything.
You agree?
Yes, absolutely.
Transmission on the skid here, ready to go back down to Florida to FTI to get rebuilt. It was really my bad that happened. I tried to save it in that two-wheel skill, and it rolled over forward, and I revved it a little too hard in first gear and threw first gear out. So that's just going to need some new clutches, I'm sure, and ready to rock and roll again here soon. Okay, so we have the head taken off the engine now. It's going to go to a machine shop to get surfaced down, and also put a thread cert into it. The Healy coil that they put in after they welded it pulled out, so they're going to fix that. This is your intake valve. This is your exhaust valve. There's one on each cylinder. Your cylinders and your pistons inside. These are push rods. These are what push the rocker arms up and down. And these are your roller rockers. They ride on the camshaft, and that's what gives you your timing for your rocker arms. So I have my third member, or differential, right here. I'm going to take the locker out. There is the locker right there. So what we're going to do is take that out and put spider gears in to create that open differential. So I take these bolts out right here, and we got to pop that ring gear. This is your ring gear right here. So we'll pop that ring gear and carrier out. This is your carrier. That is what holds your locker or spider gears or spool if you want to run a spool. So let's go ahead and get this tore apart, and I'll show you guys a little bit more. So right here is a locker, and this is your open front end. A gear had fell out right there. These are your spider gears, and these are your side gears right here. The axle shaft slides into the side gear, and same as the locker right here, except it is locked front end, and they are spinning posi track in the front all the time. So these are your spider gears. They allow the power to go to either one side or the other, so whichever has the least resistance, that's the side it'll send all the power to. But it also allows you to turn a lot sharper and a lot easier, so that's why I enjoy having an open front end in the truck. So now we're going to get the open front, or the spiders, into the differential case and get everything back together on the front housing right now. So let's jump to time lapse. Alright guys, front differential completely back together. Everything's back in, drive line. We have to leave the transfer case open because we have to take that top shaft out to get the transmission in and get the coupler on for the tail shaft and all that. So here's the transmission going in. It's a brand new FTI. This one's never been ran. So fun fact, this is called the input shaft. And sometimes you see somebody blow a transmission, but the actual transmission may have not have blown. So these will twist in half sometimes. So that is a lot of cause for some people being shut down in shows. And this is your tail shaft, your dipstick, all kinds of fun stuff. We don't have any transmission fluid. That's why this is not going in tonight. So in the morning, transmission fluid, transmission into the truck. So I'll catch you guys in the AM. What's happening, guys? So yesterday we got the transmission in, everything pretty much done on the trucks. I was feeling a little under the weather yesterday, so I didn't film myself, but I filmed time lapse of getting everything done. So now we're just pulling the rig out here on the concrete. We're gonna get trucks loaded up and head down to NRG Stadium and get trucks tired up tonight because practice is tomorrow. Spare engine back, this is my main engine, but it's back together, so now it's in the trailer for a spare. Luckily we did not have to ship it back to Maryland to get it rebuilt. It is ready to go. Just had that one rocker arm had to be put back on. She's ready to rock and roll whenever, guys, so that is a big plus for the team, so no stress there now. Getting everything packed up, let's get everything in the trailer. Let's head down to the stadium. We're packed up. We're gonna head down to NRG Stadium and get trucks tired up. It's Thursday night right now, and then tomorrow's practice. So also big shout out and thank you to Texas Truck Works for letting us use their shop and everything we need. Really appreciate that, guys. If you're in the Houston area, check these guys out. They do amazing work. All kinds of custom things, wraps, vinyl, wheels, tires, lift kits, whatever. They do it, you name it. Let's get down to the stadium, get the trucks tired up. Go easy now, I only got one arm.
There we go.
Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and finish tiring up before it gets too dark. It's getting chilly out here in Texas. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Don't miss the chaos coming up here in Houston, good or bad, so don't miss either one. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.